Hey guys, um, it's been pretty late right now. I got an early rise tomorrow, and got to see this judge. That's not my favorite judge, but it's part of my work, and because I work in a court and just seeing all the different type of judge. And for me, it's like going to schools, seeing different judges. I've seen your different teachers. Some of them are your favorite teachers. Others are less favorable teachers. But that's the program. Just get on with the program. Get through the classrooms and do your stuff. Well, that's what I'm not. That's not what I'm talking about. It's just that a few things that come up I would like to share with you guys, and I'm also speaking quietly because someone's sleeping over. So yeah, there's something across today that I think it's very interesting. Rather, a idiosyncratic anecdote of part of my life is that a rather interesting and spirited dialogue had been exchanged between me and my girls, and I'm not going to divulge the content of which because that is part of our privacy. But what I can to talk about is something very interesting that for me to draw up certain ancient Chinese idiom in order to uh, come across some ideas. All right, just I was getting into some kind of debate with her and trying to say her behavior in a certain way is alright, I was trying to use these three Chinese idioms. The first one is here's what I'm going to teach you: three Chinese ancient idioms. The first one is called 刻舟求剑, which means carving the ship in order to find the sword. And the parable of which goes that a dude was trying to go across the rivers, and while he's ferry across the rivers, he accidentally dropped his sword into the river, and the dude just nonchalantly and slowly carved a mark on the ship or on this ferry boat, and just keeps on letting the ship goes. And then the other passengers were so stunned and asked him, "Well, what are you doing? Why don't you go get the ship, get the sword right away?" And the dude's just like, "Oh, I already marked it down the place. I'll wait until when the boat get moored, so I can go down and find the sword." And the moral of the idiom is is that you already had done certain things, and as times pass by, you always reference the past in order to see what the present is, which is incomparable because the past is the past. So this is something I was trying to allege my girl was doing. Of course, because she's always drawing past references in order to make her evidence as something of the present, which is just like that, what that parable says. And the second idiom I would like to say is it's called 南轅北轍. Alright, it translates into travel the direction toward south while actually traveling toward north. Which means that you intend to go toward the south, but you actually going north. The thing is, what it means is that you want to intend to do something, but what you actually did is the opposite. So while I'm trying to use that idiom to my girl, I was just saying, "Hey, you're doing this thing. You intend to do this, but what you actually did is actually, in practicality and reality, is the opposite. So that's another one. And the last one is it's called 掩耳盗铃. It means that there's a parable of this idiom. It means that this dude who tried to steal quite a large metal bell at the time, and because this bell is too large for him to carry away in one piece, and in order for him to do that, he needs to shatter it apart so he can bring them in pieces, so he can collect all the metals, melt them down, and then sell them or make them something profitable. But the thing is, he knows that when he shatters it, everybody was gonna hear it, so he'll get caught. So being as just as who he is in his very unique way, he figured that if he cover his ears while he shatters, if he doesn't hear it, nobody will hear it. So as he approaches, he wants to steal this bell. He shattered the bell while covering his ear, assuming if he did not hear it, everybody won't hear it. That's the idiom and the morale. The parable. And the morale of the idiom is, it means that you're lying to yourself. So maybe this didn't apply to me as well, or any boyfriend girlfriend bickering. It's about like I was saying, hey, you're saying this thing, and you're only lying to yourself about it. Or maybe I'm lying to myself too about certain statement I make that I only believe it. That I believe it, and nobody else is gonna believe it. Anyway, here's 3 very interesting idioms, Chinese idiom. I'll leave the Chinese idiom below, so then you can check them out. I need to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I gotta go. See you guys later.